Welcome to this important learning session on approaches to the implementation of development plans. This is the session 1. Development plans are one of the key instruments used by governments and organizations to achieve economic growth, social development, and improvements in the quality of life of citizens. However, the success of a project does not depend only on proper planning and resources allocation. It largely depends on selecting the right implementation approach, effective coordination, monitoring, and timely decision making. In this session, we'll explore different approaches used in implementing development projects, their principles, advantages, limitations, and their practical applications within the public sector context. So, when we discuss development projects, we should remember that Sri Lanka has a proud history of successful development initiatives that date back for more than 2 millennia. Our ancient kings demonstrated remarkable skills in planning and implementing large-scale development projects, especially in irrigation, agriculture, and community development. The construction of magnificent reservoirs such as Abaya Wever, Tissa Wever, Kala Wever, and Parakrama Samudraya, they reflects the vision, technical knowledge, resource management, and effective implementation approaches of our ancestors. These projects were not only engineering achievements, they were integrated development initiatives that supported agriculture, ensured food security, protected communities, and strengthened the economy of the nation. The ancient irrigation network, with its interconnected reservoirs, canals, and agricultural systems, demonstrates important principles of modern project management, proper planning, stakeholder participation, efficient resource utilization, sustainability, and long-term impact. Today, development projects continue this same journey by addressing national priorities such as poverty reduction, rural development infrastructure improvement, entrepreneurship promotion, and also social advancement. However, the success of any modern development project depends greatly on selecting the appropriate implementation approach and effectively managing resources, people, and processes. The cascade system. When we study the history of development of Sri Lanka, one of the greatest examples we can identify is our ancient irrigation civilization. More than 2000 years ago, our ancestors successfully implemented large-scale development projects to overcome challenges related to water management, agriculture, and human settlements. The construction of reservoirs such as Basavakkulama, Tissa Wever, and Nuwara Wever, along with the advanced cascade irrigation system and the remarkable Jayaganga water management system, demonstrate the exceptional planning and engineering capabilities of ancient Sri Lanka. These were not merely construction activities. They were integrated development projects designed to improve agricultural productivity, ensure food security, support communities, and create sustainable settlements. The cascade tank system is a remarkable example of an integrated approach where a network of small and large tanks, canals, agricultural lands, and villages work together as one development system. It reflects important modern project implementation principles such as proper planning, stakeholder involvement, efficient resource utilization, environmental consideration, and long-term sustainability. Therefore, when we discuss modern approaches to implementing development projects, we can gain valuable lessons from our own historical experiences. The success of these ancient initiatives reminds us that effective implementation has always been the foundation of successful development. Following the remarkable achievements of ancient Sri Lanka's irrigation civilization, the nature of development activities changed significantly during the colonial period. During this era, development initiatives were largely influenced by the economic priorities of colonial administration. The focus shifted towards establishing an export-oriented plantation economy, introducing new agricultural systems, improving transportation networks, and connecting production areas with ports and markets. The introduction of coffee cultivation in the 1830s, the expansion of tea plantation from the 1880s, and the development of rubber and coconut industries transformed Sri Lanka's economic landscape. These changes were supported by major infrastructure projects such as roads and railway networks, which facilitated the movement of plantation products resources. Although these development initiatives were mainly designed to support the colonial economy, they also contributed to significant changes in infrastructure, land use patterns, employment structures, and economic activities in Sri Lanka. This period provides an important lesson in development planning. Every development project is influenced by its objectives, stakeholders, available resources, and implementation approach. As we continue exploring approaches to development plans, project implementation, understanding these historical transitions helps us recognize how planning decisions shape economic and social outcome. So our journey from history to modern development has just begun. Join in the next session to explore the approaches, strategies, and practical methods behind successful development plan implementation. See you in the next session.